Hi guys, today I'm going to start a bunch of seeds. I will walk you through everything that I plan to start. It's the middle of January. It's about 18 degrees outside, so we're going to spend the day in the greenhouse. So what I plan to start today is alyssum soapwort, more alyssum, and some violas and some poppies. These are all for the hanging baskets that I'm going to fill for the farmer's market. So we're going to start all of these today, and then I'm going to start most of the rest of my perennials. So we've got lupin, delphinium, lady's mantle, some yarrow, rose campion, and some columbine. This is technically a biennial, but it's perennial here. So we're gonna start some. And if we have time, I might start some nasturtiums and this blue poppy. I'm pretty excited about this one. It's apparently very difficult to start. I've tried it once before and failed, so I may or may not try it again today. We might not get to it. The only other perennials that I have left are this cornflower, verbena, penstemon, hollyhock. These are all going to be planted later in the season. These want to be direct sown, so I'm going to wait till it's not 18 degrees outside. So yeah, this is the plan for today. I will talk through most of the details on how to sow each of these, and then we'll get going. Okay guys, so I'll walk through what each of these seeds needs to be successful for growing, and then I'll just get them all planted and show you what it looks like in the end. So to start with, we're growing saponaria. I'm going to grow a big bunch of this out in the field, but this one I'm going to put to be sold at the farmer's market all by itself. So this one, it wants to be, and keep in mind I'm growing everything a bit early so that it can be in bloom when we get to the farmer's market. This one, it just is going to want to be lightly covered. I'm going to plant it in a seed tray. It just wants to be lightly covered. I'll put it in the same normal under the humidity dome on heat until it germinates, and then we'll go from there. Pull the lid off, pull it off the heat, and grow it on. The next couple are some alyssums. There's a pink one and a yellow one. They prefer to be sown indoors. The seeds are small, so these three will all be in the same seed tray. So keep in mind, I bought these seeds a few years ago just because I was at Bouchard Gardens. I love that place so much, and I couldn't pass them up. So I'm gonna sow at least 2, maybe 3 seeds per cell, and then thin if necessary. I'm not sure how much of these are actually going to germinate. But they're really pretty in containers if they do well, and they grow beautifully in the field or in the garden too. The next one I'm going to do is African daisy. Aren't those pretty? I've never grown this before, so it's going to be an experiment for me. These all kind of like the same treatment. Violas, these grow really easily around here. I could just direct sow them, but I want to put them in my hanging baskets when they get bigger. So I have mulberry shades, which is a really moody berry colors. Penny all season. It's a mix of a lavender purple and a yellow and an orange, and then the antique shades. I'll put a picture up on the screen. It's very, very pretty. And then I'm also going to start Iceland poppies. These can be a little tricky to start. They want to be kind of cool. They don't want to start under heat, so I won't put them on a heat lamp, but they do need light. They do need light, and the seeds are so tiny. I'm gonna have to continue with the bottom watering until they're up and strong. And they will be itty bitty little things when they go out into the garden. I'm also starting some columbine. These are fairly easy to grow. I'll just put them in the seed trays, barely bury them, and we'll put vermiculite on everything. Yarrow grows really easy. It's a great perennial for here. It's fairly short-lived. It only lasts 3 or 4 years, but look at those beautiful colors, and it will bloom twice for me. Last year it bloomed in the spring, and then it bloomed again in the late summer. But this one's really easy to start from seed, and then and it will self-seed. Rose campion is the next one that we're going to grow. It's another perennial. It'll take the same kind of conditions as the yarrow. It's not real difficult to grow. I believe sowing outdoors. Yeah, it wants to be between 65 and 70 so it'll go on a heat mat. Same with the yarrow. They're warm season perennials. Ladies mantle, we walked through this the other day. When I did it in the winter sowing method, we'll plant them, sow them into the seed trays just like everything else, and then 65, 70 degrees, pretty simple. And delphinium, this is the Magic Fountains cherry blossom. Same thing, fairly easy to grow from seed, and then they're beautiful perennials. The only ones that have any kind of special needs really is the Iceland poppies. They want to be fairly cool to grow. I did realize I'm not going to be able to do my lupin right away because I need to soak these seeds. It says to soak them, and I've done it before. I did it last year before I grew my lupin. They need to be soaked in hot water for 1 to 3 days. They need to swell up. So I will get those started soaking today, and then in a few days I'll show what they look like, and we'll get them planted in a seed tray. I'm pretty excited. I love lupin, and they're a fantastic perennial for this zone, zone 8B. Most zones, I think, they have a pretty wide range for hardiness. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to just start sowing them. I'll set up a camera, capture what I can. If you're interested in a more step-by-step seed sowing, I have another video that I'll try to link down below that you can watch. That's a step-by-step how I go through the process of starting all of my seeds. Okay, let's get going. we managed to fill 6 more trays of seedlings into the greenhouse. They are all on heat mats right now, except for the one that has ice and poppies in it. They will stay just like this. I'll check on them every day and make sure the moisture is still good up until about 50% of the seed tray germinates, and then I'll pull them off. You can see, I don't know if you can see, the eucalyptus has germinated. I did these just the same way. And then we will take off the lids, turn off the heat, and just let them grow on. So I will keep you guys posted. I'll do some updates throughout the season, and hopefully in a few days or a couple weeks for some of these, we will see some growth. Well, that's it, guys. We got everything done that I wanted to get done, except for the lupin, the blue poppy, and the nasturtiums. I will catch up with those in the next few days. I'll show you what the soaking process looks like for the lupin. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.